Nothing much. Just having a really fun Saturday.
Nice.
I got a donut shirt on. We had
Nice.
pumpkin swirl pancakes for breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Dude,
And
that's
I haven't
great.
showered. It's noon.
Yeah,
I
you're
haven't
like
showered.
Wolverine. Shing.
Schnicked. Dude, if I was Wolverine, I would be fucking going crazy right now. I would be
You would
cutting
use
people up.
I was thinking you just use all those powers to smoke cigarettes.
Dude, so his main power is not having a science skeleton. Like, his main power is healing. And he heals so quickly that he ages 4 times slower than everyone else. And that's why he was able to withstand getting the adamantium skeleton. And that's awesome. But, theoretically, he could smoke infinite cigs and be like, all right.
His lungs heal.
Yeah. Isn't that why he smokes cigars in the comics? And he's like a drunk.
Think so.
He's like...
That is true. He drinks.
Yeah.
But then there's also Gambit, who drinks too.
He was my favorite.
He was my favorite too, and they
so
just
good.
never use him in the movies at all.
No, Channing Tatum is Gambit in the new Wolverine Deadpool movie, and
I
there's
forgot
a whole
to
bit. There's a whole bit where you can't
it.
even understand. There's a whole bit where you can't even understand what he's saying. He's just like, like doing the fucking Creole thing. And they're like,
wow.
Huh? I haven't seen the movie, but
interesting. Have not and probably won't, because it doesn't matter.
Come on, man. Gambit is the coolest, though. I wish I
do like Gambit.
Fucking charge things up and throw them at people.
Dude, he'd throw playing cards and cut people's heads off.
Yeah, his power was being able to charge them up with kinetic energy.
He was the Ricky Jay of superheroes.
Yeah. Like,
look up Ricky Jay, everyone.
How hard is it to throw a playing card accurately at someone? I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, it's a skill. Yeah, I guess you could probably master it in like a month or two.
I bet it's a few months of you being stupid.
Of you just missing every target you throw it at.
Like our friend who worked as a submariner, him to go under for 6 months at a time, bottom of the ocean, and he became a great magician.
Yeah, because he just had nothing but time on his hands. And
that's great.
Yeah, carried a deck of cards in his pocket everywhere he went.
He was quite good. Dude, so you mentioned your breakfast. This is what I woke up to yesterday.
What did we eat today? Yesterday.
Dude, you're gonna flip, dude. You're gonna flip.
I can't wait.
This.
I can't wait. I want to hear.
So, it was like a few nights ago. I went to bed and like the wifey was already asleep. So I just walk into the bed in the dark and like make my way. Just feel my way to the bed, and my pillow is like leaning up against the headboard. So I put my pillow down, and then I lie down and I go to sleep. When I wake up, like 6 hours later, I wake up and I kind of like move a little bit and my hand touches something wet and it's underneath my pillow.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
And I go,
no, wait.
I was like,
hey.
What the fuck? I sat up in bed and I picked my pillow up and there was a pile of 20 almonds that my dog had vomited up. I slept on my dog's vomit all night. And
you started this story out with like, guess what I had for breakfast? What are you flipping over? Breakfast is served.
I woke up, dude. It was
fucking
horrible.
Gross.
So we had...
You slept the whole night on dog barf. You and me both are like the most... I sleep like I'm dead. I am not aware of anything. Yep. That is crazy, dude.
So I woke up and was
Oh
like,
my
what the
God.
fuck? And then I realized that we had chocolate covered almonds on our coffee table, and she ate all of them. And she's like never fucked with our food before like that.
What an idiot, dog.
So she ate a pound of poison and then almonds that she couldn't digest. So she shit like 10 more almonds after that.
Oh.
She threw up so many, and then she shit a bunch more. I was horrified. And she seemed fine, like, the whole time. It's like, the throwing up happened with my wife in the bed sleeping. She threw up where I put my head, by the way, on purpose.
She's like, they'll find it if I put it here.
And
there's no way that someone could just sleep on this for an entire night.
Gently down on top of it and rest my weary head. I was probably having like demonic dreams all night. Just like when you sleep on vomit, you have nightmares. It's a fact.
So gross. Oh my God.
So that was my breakfast story. And I just ate a couple of chocolate covered almonds like 5 minutes ago.
Seeing a dog shit out an entire almond would give me pause. I probably would hold off on the fucking chocolate covered almonds.
Try shitting 6 almonds at once. Oh my God, she was a fucking squirrel. She squirreled out.
I saw this this viral video. I don't know if it was viral. It was just on the internet. Not everything on the internet is viral. But it was on whatever. And it was a dog.
You had a virus when you watched it.
Yeah, I got a virus. Peace. It was a dog squatting like indoors somewhere. It was like in a industrial. It was squatting and just like hunched shitting.
Sure.
But it was little beads of like this dog had eaten like 100,000 little colored beads of some sort, and it was just like trying to get them out.
Oh my!
And it was just like dry beads hitting the floor, and scattering, and the person like holding the leash was just like, oh, and it's just like blah, 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 blah,
my
blah,
crafting
blah, blah,
supplies.
Yeah, this fucking hound rated a Michaels, and
dude,
ate like, everything on the bead aisle.
It's like throwing up Skittles. Taste the fucking vomity rainbow.
I prefer to chew my Skittles before. I wouldn't be barfing whole Skittles.
Dude, I swallow them like pills. I hate the flavor of the inside, so I just swallow them like pills.
I only like the very thin colored candy coating with a little S printed on it. That's all I like about them.
M&M's needs to get a pair of balls, and they need to make an M&M that is nothing but the candy coating all the way to the center, to the core.
That would suck.
It'd probably break your teeth out immediately.
Yeah, it's called a jawbreaker. That's what it is. It's called a jawbreaker.
Oh.
They already have those. Silly.
Dude.
A couple of our friends, they had this party trick that they would do. It was... No, okay. So it was Hooli and Caleb. And there was a party, right? I think Hooli was the perpetrator and Caleb was the victim. So at a party, there's a bowl of candy just sitting out. Colorful little candy. M&Ms. So the person thought. So Caleb walks right up to this bowl, grabs a big handful, puts them in his mouth, and he's like, something's wrong with these M&Ms. Or are they Skittles? It was both. It was a bowl of M&Ms and Skittles together.
It's so simple.
It is so simple, but so effective in like
rules.
Completely trolling everyone around you.
Dude.
And you know what it's called? S&Ms.
Oh, perfect.
Because it's painful.
That's great.
It works. It works perfectly.
So the guy Hooli, who did that, old Houlihan.
Holy.
When we all went to Chris's wedding in Ireland, my first day in Dublin, before we all met up with each other, we walked down the street to the river to the oldest bar in Dublin, I guess. It's the longest continuous bar that's right there. And
what's it? Temple Bar? Temple
what is
Bar.
It? Temple.
Yeah, right?
Temple, maybe that might be right.
It's like the Temple Bar District, I think.
That might be right. It's just like it is an ancient stone building on the river. But
maybe
we were sitting there. I can't remember what it's called. It's called fucking Houlihan's now. So we're sitting there waiting. It's me and Alexandra, and we're just quietly having. Ireland is a quiet place for the most part. People are quiet. That's it.
I had to fact check.
That's
Brazen
it.
Head.
Brazen Head. So Irish people are quiet in bars. They drink and like mumble like to each other. Like it's very quiet. It really is. Americans are loud. We're like very, very boisterous.
Yeah, we're trying to fuck or fight, man. That's the American way.
Yeah. I'm invading Ireland. I'm not visiting.
Yeah, no.
So we're sitting there and I just hear someone go, ah! Like scream. And I turn around and it's Houlihan with his luggage dragging behind him at the door of the Brazen Head. And he has his stupid green Shamrock Celtics jacket on.
Yeah, it's like that 70s, like very shiny, like
velvet.
Yeah, it's just like
felt,
some sort of
it is.
It's like a rayon, like it's like fucking, but it's like really. You people have you got a vision in your mind, but it is so ostentatious to wear that.
It is
to
like
Ireland.
It's the green of like making fun of Irish people, like that color green.
It's like parody green.
Yeah, and they're like, no one there even gives a shit about the Celtics.
And he is also the loudest talker.
He's the loudest person. That's what I was saying with the American thing. I'm like, Hoolie's 20 times louder than everyone in America, too.
Yeah.
He was the loudest Irish person in Ireland.
Yeah. He's as a theatrical performer, it's perfect because he reaches the back row. He's nailed projection.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't turn off his stage voice.
Yeah, it just never goes off. And it's like you could be like he whispers in a shout. But so wait, he was struggling getting into the Brazen Head with his luggage?
He just saw us and screamed. He was just dragging his luggage. He was just like, oh!
Okay, I thought it was like he was struggling with his luggage and couldn't get it in and was like, oh! Like out of frustration.
Like,
that's what I was missing. Yeah, he just like, oh!
He really is a Chris Farley.
He's got some Farleyisms going on.
Someone else after your wedding, someone driving across the entire country back to Dublin said they drove past Hooley standing on the side of the road with the same Celtics jacket on, and they're just like, look at this fucking idiot. Like everyone in Ireland just looks at him like, what are you wearing? What is this?
We split ways in County Cork. We were in the city of Cork. That's like near where the wedding was, and we all took that bus into Cork, and then we could get on trains or whatever, like to go where we were going. But that was like the bus that we connected. I flew out of the Cork airport.
Ooh.
Flew straight to Paris from there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty awesome.
Paris is
world traveling.
Pretty fucking. Paris is pretty dope. Walking around.
Oh man, I love it.
Do you ever go
seeing where all of the old oligarchs were beheaded? When the guillotines were set up.
Everybody, dude.
That was the year that
cut off.
That was the year that Notre Dame caught on fire. The Notre Dame Cathedral was like burnt, half burnt, and we like walked by it, and everybody was looking bummed as hell that they couldn't go inside.
We were there, and we walked by Notre Dame when they were putting the roof, like the triangle of one of the big roofs, back on. Like the crane was literally lowering it on, and it was like golden. I mean, it was like a golden triangle. It was wild,
Crazy.
But I was like, damn, they're rebuilding every bit of it to the inch. It's insane.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, it's going to cost $40 trillion. Great, we'll do it. We don't care. We're good for it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, it is like a priceless. I forget why it got, like, what caught it on fire? Was
I
it?
think it was an electrical problem. This is made of wood, and it's,
I thought it was an altar boy ripping a fat doobie in the bell tower.
No, this altar boy, he laid down on his back, and he put a candle between his legs and farted for his friends, and it fucking shot fire out onto the pews and got the place on fire.
Jesus.
Dude, what if that was like, there was like a video of that happening, and the Catholic Church had it in their catacombs, like they were hiding the video?
Yeah, they gotta keep it under wraps, man. You don't want anybody finding out about this.
Dude, the new Da Vinci Code is about finding that tape. The altar boy farting fire. Dude, it'd be great if you just made that what he was looking for in the original Da Vinci Code, just at the end. Like,
we
what
can
the
edit
fuck?
that in.
Like, this is what it was? That's so stupid. Wait, they're committing insurance fraud? That's it?
Not quite the deep cabal that we were expecting. The old conspiracy of the church. I forget what even the Da Vinci Code was about. What?
I think it was basically that Jesus had a girlfriend. And maybe kids too.
Oh yeah.
I think. And somehow Da Vinci knew that, even though he was way later. I don't know.
Yeah, you think that a guy who led a cult had 12 other dudes following him around, and they hung out with prostitutes because you're supposed to be nice to everyone and help the less fortunate.
They hung out with cool people.
You don't think maybe he got, sucked off a couple times?
Well, if we're going off of every cult leader ever, he definitely had underage kids.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's
what are we supposed to believe? That he was a virgin?
Well, that's the thing it does make sense that the church would paint him as pure, and then they would just leave out all the other shit. Like, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. He's an incel for the Lord.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it. I think it
he
humanizes him more, and it would be more
first of
believable
all,
and better.
He was a V-cell. He's a voluntarily celibate. This wasn't involuntary. He's God.
Yeah,
this is getting too philosophically deep. Can God be an incel?
Yeah, I guess it's voluntary. No, but if you define him as omnipotent, then I guess. But he has to be voluntarily celibate.
But he's always been around.
Still, whether you are an incel or a volcel, it still makes you a loser.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
Because I don't know if you've tried it before, but sex is pretty neat.
You guys talking about cool. God? You guys talking about that big nerd who can't get laid?
Yeah, he's so all powerful, but he can't get any puss. Okay, I'll cut that out.
Well, we solved the deepest of problems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My dad sent me a video this morning. He was like, "Hey, no context, just a link to a YouTube short, like a
Classic.
YouTube whatever reel." And it was
old person link.
It was like, Satanist asks believer if the Bible is real. Like, well, first off, yes, the Bible is real. I've seen one before. Yeah. So, problem solved.
Satanist.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, I know. But it was it was a Charlie Kirk video.
Oh God.
Of him on a campus, and some kid was like, oh yeah, so the Bible's real or something, and then he goes on a tirade. He's like, oh, the Bible is true.
Oh wait, are you talking about Kirk Cameron or
Kirk, Charlie Kirk,
Kirk? Yes,
the guy who does Turning Point USA, who's a total.
Yes, I do know him. He's a dork.
He's all about he's all about gotcha.
He can't get laid,
where he's like, he's like he's a debate nerd.
He's one of those guys. He shows like he owns a liberal on a campus, and it's like because he's debating a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's debating a person who is not prepared,
and he edits the video
he has
so that he wins
his whole life for any of this stuff, and he's debating a person who's just asking him one question, and he's like, okay, how can I just make it so that the other person looks unprepared and I look great? It's like
it's
asshole. Debate 101. It's fucking
come more prepared than the person you're debating and just throw out more stat. That was the thing. I heard Bill Maher one time just goes, I can't even respond to statistics I've never heard before. Like he goes, you could have just made that up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that whole like 99% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Right.
Did you know
did Charlie Kirk? How did he own this stupid Satanist?
Well, the interesting thing
God
is
bless you.
The interesting thing is I just blew my nose. I didn't sneeze.
Oh, go fuck yourself for Satan.
Okay, wow. So he didn't own him at all. He just went on a religious rant for like 40 seconds. And I was like, so he said that his argument was the Bible is real because it will improve your life if you read it, which that
does not make it real.
I
think Lord of the Rings improved my life after I read it.
If you read almost anything of any quality,
literally anything.
you will benefit from it somehow.
Right.
And
okay.
But one of the things that he said was particularly specious. He was like, if Christ is real and is good, whatever. Like he said a bunch of like hearsay or like basically what the Bible posits, that Jesus is great and that he's the perfect person and it is historically verified. He said, which I mean,
debatable.
There was a guy named Jesus,
right.
Whatever.
That doesn't mean that.
And there were lots of guys named Jesus,
right?
Anyway, the one that they're talking about is, if that's true, and if the book of Genesis, the creation story is true, then pretty much everything in the Bible has to be true. I was like, no,
that's not true.
That is absolutely
bad
logic.
One line can be true, and the next line could be not true.
False. Yeah, exactly. So the whole he made so many reaching claims that were not verifiable and not accurate at all. I was just like, my response was, and partially just to fuck with my dad a little bit, I was like, it's just like, wow, that's not the first illogical argument that I've heard from Charlie Kirk. I was like, yep, that's on brand for that.
You got to give your old man
idiot.
Shit. You have to.
Yeah, you got it. And he was like, I guess that's what I expected.
By the way, that's his premise was not true to begin with, that if you follow the Bible, your life will get better.
Yeah.
If I walked around and followed the Bible to a T, I would
be in jail.
I would throw a rock right in a gay dude's face.
Yeah.
And then
if
slap a woman for trying to be single out in public or whatever.
If your wife
I would immediately be arrested.
Yeah, if your wife burns the bread, you can stone her to death.
Yeah.
It's like there's weird stuff in there that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Rape is okay as long as you marry them afterwards. That's a fact.
Sure.
That's in the Bible. That's in the old bib.
You can also, in the Bible, you can also fuck your own daughter. Cool. As long as you don't blow your load on the ground. Because that's a story.
She has to get pregnant.
Yeah, he spilled his seed on the ground, and that's what God was mad about, not the fact that he was boning his daughter.
Right.
Boning his daughters.
Hey, did you just throw all of those Jews on the ground? What the fuck? I mean, it does make sense that he would be pissed. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He's like, yeah, those are potential followers there that
Yeah.
are just laying in a pile of dirt.
And I gotta keep making people to prove I'm not an incel.
There's a lot of weird stuff in the Bible.
How about the fact, like, the Ten Commandments, slavery is not on there.
No, yeah, slavery's fine.
Rape's not on there. There's a lot. But thinking about looking at a girl with lust is on there. Like, being like jealous of your neighbor and what he has is like on there.
Yeah, don't covet. I guess there's
two different covetings.
Is rape a type of coveting?
You know what? I think I've actually heard that. But that is a bullshit apologist argument thousands of years later.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, there's a lot of really bad stuff that they didn't. Yeah.
How about you just make 11 commandments, make it crystal clear?
Yeah.
I love that it's 10. It happened to be the same number as the number of fingers we have. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
God loves that shit.
Check this out. There are certain civilizations that use units of 12. Like, that's why there's 12 inches in a foot.
We have 12 months.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got little. It's because your fingers have 12 segments, so you would be able to count on those. It's slightly more than 10.
You could do a little
24. You
could do a little addition on there.
Yeah, so you can use one hand for like quick addition or whatever.
What is that called? Subset? Is that called subset 12 or some shit like that? Like set 12? I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it one time where he's like, we use like whatever the sets of 10 because we have 10 fingers. And he was like, so, you know, the sun is 95 million miles away. He's like, that's all like in tens, essentially. We round to a 10 value. And he was like, some other civilization that also uses some form of math, it's very unlikely they would use 10 as their set. So he was like, when you start like, if you could trade math with them,
you mean like an alien civilization?
Yeah, like an alien civilization. He's like, you would have to like use different number sets when you are just beginning their math at all, because they could just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22. It's like
they can use completely different. Yeah, they could use
just goes
like
in
the
sets of 7 or whatever. Anyways,
they could use Fibonacci sets or whatever. Like they could do
wasn't that Contact? Weren't they using some sort of Fibonacci-esque? Like
maybe.
What the signal had to be wrapped around in like 3D space for it to line up into a blueprint.
Yes.
The aliens were writing on an extra dimension than we were.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, first off, the book Contact by Carl Sagan is incredible.
Yeah. Carl Sagan rules.
Yeah. And one interesting difference between the book and the movie. When the explosion happens on the machine, the time travel machine.
Yes.
Or the
warp drive, whatever it is. Portal.
The interdimensional travel machine. In the movie, it's Jake Busey.
Yeah, as the crazy religious dude.
Yeah, he's the crazy religious dude, and he's sabotaging it.
Yes.
He's got a suicide vest on, and he like blows the fucking thing up.
Yeah.
In the book, it was a little more complicated because someone basically sabotaged the supply chain and embedded explosives into the machine as it was being built. So so it was less dramatic in the book. It's still, it still worked and achieved the same goal in the story.
It's hard to show that in a movie in an exciting way.
Yeah,
but it is much
less exciting visually if you tell it that way. But having like planting hit, like I feel like that was
Israel
one
just
upgrade
did it.
that the movie made.
I was like, Israel just did it with cell phones and pagers.
The beepers, yeah.
Holy shit.
How fucking insane is
So
that?
it is possible to do.
Yeah,
Oh my
sabotage
God.
the supply chain.
Woo.
Yeah, especially if it's a working machine up until you put in the code that makes them all explode. Like, yeah, it's...
Sorry.
That's... Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of a long game form of treachery, isn't it? Like, fucking...
Hell yeah.
Like sabotaging
That's
machines and getting them all in the head. I mean, like, how do you know that those weren't just innocent people?
Oh, you don't, because they would trade phones and stuff. But
yeah, exactly. Some guy could sell off his beeper.
It scares. It made them like not have their phones on them for a minute. It's crazy, like the fear that probably put in. Just scared of everything, because then they're like 2 days later, like radio started exploding, and they're like, "Holy shit! It could be everything." Like,
could be TVs,
computers,
could be like, anything.
Oh my God,
that's so crazy.
Your fleshlight.
Oh no! Oh no!
Holy fuck! 10,000 cocks blew off. Holy shit!
Oh, that is horrible. Oh, I mean, the beeper pretty much achieved the same result. Most of these guys got their dicks blown off anyway.
That's true.
But,
oh man!
Wow, it would be an extra level of cruel.
Terrorists are known for beating off with devices. So
beat off.
Oh my God! Wow,
yeah,
dude.
Sorry, man. I still jerk off manually.
Oh.
Oh, well, glad we got onto that topic of blowing people's dicks off.
Hey, who cares? Hey, man, the best thing about our podcast is who gives a fuck.
Yeah. Hey, that reminds me, we have a sponsor for this. Our first sponsor.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, most podcasts do not get a sponsor this early on, but we are now sponsored. This episode, I'm going to go ahead and do our first ad read. This episode is brought to you by Uncle Larry's Sloppy Baloney Doinkers. Are you tired of dry food? Chips are sharp. Cheetos have too much crunch. Pretzels, give me a break. Time to treat yourself to the best wet food known to man. Uncle Larry's Sloppy Baloney Doinkers. These wet chunks will have your family drooling all over the house. High protein, hydration for your face hole. Uncle Larry's Sloppy Baloney Doinkers. It's food? All right.
Nice.
Well, thank you. Thanks to Uncle Larry's Sloppy Baloney Doinkers. They're sending over a package. They're sending a package to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No. So, like,
what does it come shipped in?
It comes shipped in a tub.
Man.
It's only available in a 55-gallon tub drum. Yeah. So it's like a Costco. Yeah, you can get them at your local
like an oil
Costco.
barrel.
Yeah. And so, they're good for 3 days. So you have to eat 55 gallons in.
Damn. Fucking sloppy doinkers.
Dude, yeah. You're going to be shitting pure sloppy doinkers, just like your dog was shitting almonds this morning.
Throwing up almonds.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Larry's
man.
Sloppy Baloney
I woke up
Doinkers.
in a pile of fucking sloppy doinks.
I mean, that's so gross. I don't
Ew.
like it.
Dude, that makes me laugh that you spent time writing that.
I started writing it because so when I texted like, "Hey, I'm about to come up. I'm about to be ready to record," and you were like, "Doinker!" Like you just said a nonsense word to me, and it made me laugh. And so I was like, I was like, I'm gonna write an ad read real quick, and then
Texted
Uncle Larry's
Doinker 45
Doinker.
minutes ago.
Yeah. And so I just wrote that like in the 5 minutes until you sent me the link to get started. Not even 5 minutes, but yeah, I didn't even finish it. I just had to improvise the ending because we started before I finished writing it.
Nice. Perfect. Nice. And, we personally endorse this product.
Get your Uncle Larry's sloppy baloney doinkers today.
Sloppy doinkers lead the way, and everybody will shout hooray!